How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is Monday, July 24th, 2017. Another beautiful summer day up here in Gilpin County, Colorado. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about cannabis, marijuana, reefer, ganja, the devil's lettuce. What other words can I think of right offhand? That's all I can come up with right now, but yeah, so I just got back from seeing my dope lady, so you know, I've been hearing quite a bit of shit lately about cannabis in the media. They're talking about this guy in Washington who was arrested for a DUI and 54 times over the legal limit, which is 0.05 nanograms. So yeah, it just shows you right there how stupid, how fucking, well, it's not really stupid, it's just corrupt and evil their fucking DUI laws are with the cannabis. You know, it's just, if you smoke it all, you're gonna have more than 5 nanograms, man. Even if you haven't smoked in 3 or 4 days, you're still going to be over their legal limit. You know, it's like either their legal limit is woefully way too fucking low, you know, and it's like what's in your blood is not like what's getting you high. It's like it's totally doesn't work that way, man. So it's just fucked. You know, every time I drive my car, I'm taking my fucking risk, man, even though I haven't smoked all day long. You know, they don't care, man. They're going to say, you look high. They're going to say, oh yeah, you look like, you know, he looked wasted to me. He had bloodshot and watery eyes, even though I hadn't smoked all day long and I had put Visine in. But yeah, they always seem to smell weed, and they always seem to notice that you got bloodshot, watery eyes and slurred speech and all the other fucking symptoms. But, you know, the fact is that marijuana does not affect my driving whatsoever. I could smoke weed all day long and drive, smoke a joint while I'm driving down the road, and it's not going to make me a danger to anybody. But it's just a fucking evil fucking thing that they're doing, man. It's just so fucking sketchy, man, that they're fucking ridiculous limit. You know, it's like the blood, the THC in your system is like the memory on your computer, right? You got your RAM, your random access memory, which would be like, if you had enough if you were like high right at the moment, you would have THC in your random access memory. But from there, it gets, after you know, once it goes out of there, out of the psychotic, what they call it, the whatever they call it, effect, and then it gets stored into your fat cells, which is like putting it into your hard drive on your computer. It's no longer really affecting your computer. And it's just like that, man. It's like 2 separate memory systems, and they don't give a shit. Yeah, another thing that I'm really fucking sick of is the fucking drug testing for jobs. You know, if to get a job, you know, there's supposed to be, cannabis is legal in Colorado and a lot of other states, you know, but if you have any in your system, that you can't get a job. You can get fired from your job for any amount. You know, it's so fucked. And it's, you know, I've done a lot of research on cannabis in my life, you know, physically, you know, experimenting with it, you know, reading about it, watching videos, and, you know, the fact is that THC is very, very beneficial to us, especially in the modern age, because it turns out we have these receptors that are called the endocannabinol system. I know some of you might have heard of the endocannabinol system that we have in our bodies. Well, it turns out our bodies produce chemicals that are just about identical to THC, and it is so identical that THC can be substituted for our own endocannabinoids. So that's why marijuana, cannabis is beneficial because it it's like unlocking a lock in your brain. It tells it to do certain things, like helps to digest and helps with all kinds of stuff. And the modern world we live in, all the chemicals and poison and toxins that we're exposed to overwhelm our natural cannabis system. It's just, there's too much toxic shit to fucking deal with for our natural system to handle it. So smoking cannabis actually helps those processes, because the natural body's overwhelmed with all the toxins. That's one thing I've learned about it, and why they want to keep it illegal. Anything that's going to help people, you can have all the tender, loving fucking pharmaceutical drugs you want, as long as you got a prescription for it. Even if you're on fucking probation, you can take those drugs, as long as you got a nice fucking prescription. But even if you have a prescription for cannabis, you cannot use it if you're on probation. The whole thing makes me sick. So yeah, man, how the hell did cannabis and hemp get to be illegal in the first place, right? I guess for thousands of years humans have used it. It was before the pharmaceutical industry. That was like the main source of medicine, and the Chinese used it, and people all over the world used it, and for thousands of years. And I think it might have even been brought down to the earth. It might have been brought to the earth by the Anunnaki, possibly, along with mushrooms and other kinds of beneficial plants. But then, like in the 1930s, the petroleum industry was the big one that really demonized it, because it was competing with their products. And it turns out that hemp is the most useful plant on the planet, and it can be used for everything, to just about produce almost anything, including food and fuel. And so that's when they really demonized it, and then they got it banned by a tax thing. And then I think it was Nixon that finally made it a class 1 drug and really made it illegal. But before that, it wasn't really illegal, but you had to have like a tax stamp for it, and it was impossible to get one. So if you were possessing it, you were illegally possessing it. Yeah, there's just all these shitty little fucking underhanded things that they did to get rid of, because one, it helps people, it's beneficial, it's it could really do a lot for the humanity, and it it replaces all these toxic fucking petroleum products, and also a lot of the fucking pharmaceutical products. So those are the people that really demonize it, right? You got your petroleum industry, your tobacco industry, you got your alcohol, all those. They all work together to keep cannabis where it's at. Even though it's becoming legal all over the country, it's still, man, it's just so insidious, man, the whole drug testing for work and for a job. These laws need to be changed, man. The DUI laws need to be changed. This is the kind of stuff that we need to be fucking concentrating on. It's just, how do we change laws? It's just write your congressman. Everybody knows it, man. And all Jeff Sessions that says is he's gonna, he has no interest in legalizing marijuana. Our new attorney general. So yeah, that's the shitty fucking state of the cannabis laws in this country, and it's all designed to fucking demonize innocent people and punish innocent people for nothing, just for doing something that they instinctively know is good for them. Even though it's been demonized my whole life and told how bad it was. Even when I smoked, first time I got stoned, I was 12 years old. And look at me, I turned out just fine. Well, maybe I'm a bad example. So anyways, that's what I want to talk about today. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys.
He got so high, man. He was like really through madness, man. He went insane, man. He was like totally. He was like he went into this like really unstoppable fucking Big Mac attack, and it was like he had to have a Big Mac right away, or he was gonna jump off a building. It was so incredible, insane. What cannabis does to people, it makes them crazy.
Such a pretty face.